We have Dave, we have Jay. Today, guys, we're gonna talk about some tweets. Some fun ones, some not so fun ones. But are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Super excited.
Okay. The first tweet then I have for you guys. This is called
Hey, do you have a screenshot? I'm pretty sure I'm blocked by this person.
Sexy Red tweeted, "What even happened in 2017?" The Westbrook Era replied, "Russell Westbrook had the greatest individual regular season in NBA history." Now, the question I have for you guys, is this a burner?
It is not a burner.
Yeah.
It's not a burner, but I only say that because the Photoshop skills here are very strong.
Now hold on. This is repurposed imagery from another outlet, another
Also,
journalistic outlet. They didn't Photoshop anything.
you can't have a burner with the name the Westbrook Era. It would be
That's
like
true.
Johnny 2729, you know?
A little too on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have Westbrook in the name. It's not a burner, it's a Stan account. I don't know if you know about these, Sam, but this is obviously why I'm blocked, because I probably was talking about, Russell Westbrook's deficiencies here and there, his lack of defense, but block out all the haters, right?
I'm going to pull up his stats from that season right now.
That was the triple-double season.
That was indeed the triple-double season. It was probably also a season in which he shot like 30% from behind the arc. Let's see exactly what it was. 2017, 34.3. It was a great year for Russ from behind the arc. Great year for Russ. It wasn't even the best individual regular season that year.
Right. He had a great season. He shouldn't have won the MVP. I only care about wins and losses, and they just didn't win enough games. So,
but that was a bad team, though. I don't pin that one on him.
Cool. Great.
So agree or disagree with that?
He shot 42.5%. Was that 42 come on, man.
Nah.
He averaged 5.4 turnovers per game.
And also, by the way, let's say up to that point, it was. We'll just say it was, even though it wasn't. Since then, Steph Curry's had a better season than that. Nikola Jokic has had a couple of or three better seasons than that. Let's just say it doesn't even rank up. I don't even think it's top 10 in the last 10 years.
No, it was not the best that year.
We're James too caught up on the round numbers, man. We care too much about these triple doubles.
It is crazy to average a triple double, though.
It's
crazy. I don't care what the
We've watched the film, though.
I don't care what the flaws are of his game. Russell Westbrook in his prime was a ridiculous human. In a good way.
No, ridiculous.
In a bad way, but also mostly
year
a good
16.
Way.
Year 16. We got to start doing this for Russ now.
Second tweet I have for you guys. I have two, actually. There's a tweet from @LakersCook. "KD's PR team is insane. How did this poster get wiped off the face of the earth?" And then @RussFCB tweets, "KD is the only person in NBA history who can get swept/postered/eliminated, and media doesn't mention it." The second tweet, there's a tweet from Karl Anthony Towns on October 30th, 2019. "I ain't no raised around lions. Cap, 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 cap. Clown, 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 clown." Lakers Cook again retweets this and says, "Imagine this being posted in today's NBA Twitter. Which of these beefs are better? Cat versus Joel Embiid revived, or KD's PR team versus the media?"
I mean, I think it's got to be KD's PR team versus the media is actually, this guy's onto something here, because he's right. I hadn't thought about that poster since it happened. We should have seen that thing all summer.
The best part about this is that LeBron actually had a poster like wiped away. Right. Like truly wiped away. He got dunked on by Jordan Crawford at some camp, and the tapes were literally deleted.
They burned the footage.
So that's immediately where my mind went to on this. That like KD is not the only one. LeBron literally did this, and it really happened.
Which is wild. Versus Embiid beef. Come on. I mean, Joel Embiid is an MVP caliber player. Won the MVP actually, and is just in a different class than Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, obviously this is a 4-year-old.
He'll soon be wearing Skechers.
Which, hey, man, that's a big time move. Under Armour to Skechers. That's gonna be,
I could
where's
not
the
believe,
shoe beef
like,
there?
could not believe Skechers.
It's
Could not
amazing.
believe that Skechers signed Joel Embiid of all places.
I mean, it should have been New Balance, Matt Bonner, like, you know what I mean? Bring back the big man shoe for New Balance, the extra wide.
I don't know how we landed here,
Who makes Heelys? Who's gonna sign a deal with Heelys? Who's gonna be the first NBA player?
I don't even know what Heelys are.
Oh,
What are Heelys?
they're the shoes with the wheels on the bottom.
Heelys? Why aren't they called wheelies?
Because the wheels are in the heel.
Yeah. You've never seen these?
There are shoes with wheels in them. Why?
Because you
roll
move
around.
faster.
Yeah.
You roll.
Seems dangerous.
This one is called Analyze the Art. At NBA Memes tweets, this has to be by far the worst attempt to recreate Kobe's iconic photo.
Who is that?
Is it James Wiseman?
Is that James Wiseman?
I can't tell.
I'm pretty sure it's James Wiseman.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm just looking at the Modelo, the full bottle of Modelo sitting on the floor.
This really is art, though. I'll tell you that much. Epic.
Is that
photo.
what it is? Is it an attempt to do the Kobe pose? Is it the one with the jacket? Is that the photo I'm supposed to be?
He is
reminded
cradling. He is cradling that trophy like he's burping a baby. Like he is holding it over his shoulder.
I don't know. That looks like a guy who's actually had a little bit too much to drink and he's hugging the toilet. Right? That Larry O'Brien trophy. If you replace that with a toilet seat, Sam, go ahead and get on that. You replace that with a toilet seat. That's a guy. Looks like he had a few too many, and he's hanging on there for dear life. Like it's a little slumped over. He's trying to cool himself down. Maybe that full open beer, man, it says a lot.
I feel like it would say more if it was just empty. If he really was on that level, you don't leave a wounded soldier behind. You
don't see the empty bottles of champagne all around. That's the thing. It's that one beer. Put him over the top. Don't mix your bubbly and your beer. You can't do it.
So this had to be when they won the championship in Boston, and the celebration, like the Celtics had to go to their press conference room, and you could just smell all the booze. You could smell the cigars. It was like they were walking right through cigar smoke to go to their press conference. And it must have been the most brutal thing ever to just lose the finals and go walk through James Wiseman's championship celebration. Like that is just tough. That's tough.
I don't know. Does that make a number 2 pick not a bust? I mean, he is an NBA champion.
And look, we crack jokes. The guy's an NBA champion, and it must have felt so good for him that night, even though he wasn't a huge part of it. Like,
hey, rings culture, right? Like that's what matters.
Yeah.
Will he get another chance to recreate this photo?
No. No.
Never. He's got a long career.
How many more basketball games is that guy going to play in the NBA?
I can't imagine that it'll be and people will keep giving him chances. They'll keep giving him chances because he is an enormously talented physically guy. But I don't think he'll ever cradle the Larry OB again. That might be a one-time thing.
On October 16th, the Chicago Bulls tweeted, "Official, we have signed center Derek Favors and forward Khalil Whitney to camp contracts." And then 2 days later, on October 18th, the Chicago Bulls retweeted it saying, "Roster update. We have waived Derek Favors and Khalil Whitley. Should this have stayed in the drafts?"
Yes, it's so disrespectful to do the self retweet. It's one thing to put it out there on social media, which teams obviously use that to report news and do press releases. But the self retweet is just it's rubbing it in. It's reminding the public. It's a little bit embarrassing. Like if we're gonna be real about it, not just funny. it actually adds a layer of embarrassment to the situation. Now, understanding the complex nature of the CBA, there was probably a bunch of reasons for these things to happen beyond just roster spots. But man, the self-retweets anyway, or self-quote tweet even, but they're a little bit weird. This one just disrespectful.
The thing that sends this over the top is that it's Derek Favors.
Right.
Like, if it was just guys that you would expect to see pop up in the G League, like names you don't really recognize.
If it was Khalil Whitley and Khalil Whitley,
they also you got to spell his name right. You cannot go from Whitney to Whitley. You cannot have that typo if you're gonna have this quote tweet. But this is why I've always thought it's so dumb that teams aren't just open about what they're doing. Like when you sign a guy to a training camp contract, just say it's a training camp contract. Say that he's probably going to end up on the Maine Celtics or the Windy City Bulls, and that this is to get his G League rights. Just be like open about that stuff, because that otherwise the people who don't know that this is for other reasons are like, why did they just sign and waive this dude in 2 days and spell his name wrong while doing it?
I just realized the misspelling. That's the funniest part of the tweet.
It's funny. I wouldn't have noticed it except you read it. And so you read Whitney the first time and then Whitley the second time. I was like, wait, hold on.
I read it the second time. I'm like, did I mispronounce it the first time? And I just realized they're spelled different.
Yep, they spelled it wrong. Also, whoever wasted time doing the photograph for the first tweet is hilarious. Like someone really made a graphic out of this just for them to wave.
Jobs program. It's a jobs program.
We got one last tweet. This is called the unrelated thing that's kind of related. NBA Central quotes at Melissa Rowland, a Clippers employee reportedly used a burner account to start the false rumor that Austin Reeves is dating Taylor Swift.
I have like 50 different thoughts on this. The number one is who cares? No,
I care. I care about this.
No. I mean, who cares who made the tweet, right? Like it's just incredible investigative journalism that I would never have thought to do. The Clippers employee part is funny. Is this an attempt to somehow throw a wrench in the upcoming Lakers season? Is he trying to get Austin Reeves beat up by Travis Kelce? Is Austin Reeves going to start going to Chiefs games?
You've got to read the story because it's hilarious. I open up the story thinking that this employee was going to feel shame. This employee was going to be apologetic. And he was kind of like, ha, 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 that thing really took off. Like, that was pretty funny. And so it was totally not what I was expecting. I loved how the Clippers employee handled it. He was like, yeah, I put out memes there all the time. I have no idea why that one blew up. It was funny to me. And Austin Reeves, same thing. He was like, yeah, I showed my girlfriend the tweet. And I told her that I snuck out one night and did it while she was asleep or something like that. It was just funny. Everyone took it the right way. It was not serious at all. And everyone took it in a non-serious way. And it didn't have to be this big thing. And it wasn't. I loved how the Clippers employee reacted to it. He was just like, yeah, that was hilarious, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show that pretty much any rumor can gain some traction if you just make it real enough. And the idea that Taylor Swift and Austin Reeves would potentially like date, I guess it's not that unrealistic. It could have been Austin Reeves, but instead it was Travis Kelce. And I don't know, is the NFL just doing better promo for the movie, you think?
I feel like would dating Austin Reeves have been better for the brand than Travis Kelce?
I don't know I'm unfamiliar with the brand, so I'm not really one to answer there.
You're not a Swiftie?
No.
Can you
No,
name 3 Taylor Swift songs?
I don't know if I could name one.
I could not. I if I heard them, I would know the songs though, but I definitely could not name 3 songs. But
Yeah,
that's not anything against her. It's just I know nothing about pop culture.
pretty much. Yeah.
I saw a tweet today, Jay, about someone calling you reaching 50. I think that might be why.
That was tough. That was tough.
Reaching 50.
I'm 36. They
Oh
were going
my
at my
God.
neck.
You're 36.
People were really on my neck today. The other piece of this tweet that bothers me and probably only me, like just throw a link to the story or just quote
Yeah.
tweet the person, retweet the person. Like all these accounts that exist solely to steal stuff from other people and put them on Twitter that's already on Twitter that you could just share if you wanted. It bothers me and probably only me, but
No,
it does bother me.
no, I think it bothers everybody.
And then they just put via Melissa Rowland like oh that's cool. Now that we just took your tweet and repurposed it and made it our own, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Thanks for doing all that work. We're gonna take the social media hits.
And that's why the
Thanks for doing all
rumor-
that work. Me and Jay King are gonna talk about the story that you wrote.
That's probably why the rumor spread in the first place,
That's
because Twitter accounts like this were eager to get their likes and clicks. And it didn't matter that it started by some Clippers. It was started by some Clippers employee who just wanted to see the world burn down. Everyone just ran with it. Real stories were written about Austin Reeves dating Taylor Swift, which is just phenomenal.